I was downtown with a friend of mine a few weeks after I graduated. We had just gone to a happy hour. We usually don't go downtown or anything, but we went that night. We're just hanging out.
One of my friends pointed out a girl at the bar that he said I should go talk to. I was on crutches at the time because I just had ankle surgery, so I had crutched over to her. I had a kind of built-in excuse to talk to her. Told her, hey, I'm really tired. Do you mind if I sit next to you?
And I said, yes, of course. We started talking and we really hit it off. He bought me a drink, even though I had to carry the drinks back because he was on crutches.
And we hit it off, and I got her number that night and texted her the next day. I had a charity event. A bunch of volunteers had dropped out, and I texted Sarah and I said, hey, I really want to see you again, and also I desperately need your help.
We ended up getting dinner after. That was our first date. It's just always been so easy with Tyler and comfortable. I think we've both always been so honest with each other. I think I had a strong intuition about him from the beginning, because actually after our second date, I just felt like he liked me a lot, and it was kind of freaking me out. And my mom told me that he's the first one of my boyfriends that she could see me marrying and that she would be okay with me marrying. That was really sweet.
I told her, I think right off the bat, I was pretty fascinated by her. I could tell that she was really thoughtful. The way she talked about acting and the way she talked about film, the things that she cared about. Audrey Hepburn was kind of her favorite actor, and I didn't know much about Audrey Hepburn, but she was a really big humanitarian force. And that was just powerful to me to hear somebody who wanted to be an actor, but who wasn't in the same kind of mentality that a lot of actors seem to have of just wanting to be famous or something like that. She didn't care about that. She wanted to have a positive impact on the world. That just aligned really well with what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be, and what I wanted to be surrounded by. Her sensitivity called to attention my own flaws or my own lack of sensitivity in a lot of cases. That was really powerful. It was a powerful experience because it opened my eyes to ways I could improve as a person, and to her it was just who she was.
I guess I misheard or misunderstood something he said, and I thought he asked me to be his girlfriend on the second date, so I was like, whoa. I texted him after, a couple days after our second date, and I was like, hey, I don't think I'm ready to date right now, so I basically tried to break up with him even though we weren't dating yet. I don't know why, but I had such after I did that, I got really emotional, and I was crying, and I was like, why am I crying over this guy I just met? It's so weird. My mom takes credit for Tyler and I because I called her and she's like, well, you should probably call him and ask for another chance, and so I did. But I think I've always had a strong instinct to be with Tyler. He just has a really soft heart. He always tries to make other people comfortable, and he's very friendly and just talking to people and making them laugh. I wouldn't even say he's necessarily an extrovert, but he's kind of the perfect balance for me because I'm such an introvert that he can help me branch out and help us interact with other people.
Many times, starting to get overwhelmed, she would talk to me, and she didn't even have to really say anything encouraging, but she could just be there and listen and share her own experiences. And doing that, I would immediately feel a lot better. The kind of anxiety would subside, and I would immediately have that kind of more peaceful sense that you get from being around people who you're just very intimately comfortable with. Just got off the phone with Sarah and just couldn't help but notice how powerfully I missed her and seeing her and spending time with her. And I had an upcoming move for the military, and I just couldn't imagine my life without her. So I decided then that I was going to propose to her. So at that moment, I wasn't nervous, and I was a little bit nervous to talk to her parents. I told her parents that I wanted to propose to her in Ireland. She has a Claddagh ring, which was the heart with two hands and a crown, the symbol of love, friendship, and loyalty. I knew she loved that ring because of the symbolism, but also because of the heritage, the Irish heritage. I wanted to do something related to that. So I had the jeweler engrave a Claddagh symbol on the underside of the band. I looked up the symbol itself, and it traced back to Galway in Ireland, and there's like a spot in Ireland in Galway called the Claddagh, which is kind of right by the city center, kind of right on the water. And it seemed like the perfect spot, and so I found a photographer who would be willing to kind of take the pictures of the proposal and planned out what I was going to say. I wasn't that nervous when I originally started contemplating asking her to marry me, but when it came to the moment of truth, I was incredibly nervous. As soon as I went to ask her if she would marry me, I forgot my whole speech that I had prepared.
I guess he lost his whole speech because he was so nervous. He had tears in his eyes, so I knew it was coming, but he just said, "You make me a better person, will you marry me?" And he got down on one knee.
And I said, "You make me a better person, and I hope I can do the same for you, and I can't imagine my life without you. Will you marry me?"
I knew I wanted to marry him, but I just got really scared. So when he was down on one knee, I didn't know what to do because I didn't know if that was what I was supposed to be feeling. Because you see all these movies and shows, and they're immediately like crying and saying yes, and I was like, why am I not doing that? Why did I just get really scared? And I think too, his speech was so short, it didn't give me enough time to process anything. So all of a sudden he has the ring and he's on one knee, and I was like, wait, what should I do? And so I just told him, I was like, I know I want to spend forever with you, but I just got really scared right now. And there's no one way you're supposed to feel when that happens, and like there is excitement and joy, but there's also nerves. And I just was surprised by that, I think. And then when we were walking, I was like, yes, of course, I'll marry you.
It was a really beautiful night, and she said yes.
He makes me feel very loved and respected, and especially since I'm pursuing acting and it's not my full-time job or anything yet, he's always been so supportive of that, which is really cool. I can tell he really believes in me. He really does believe in me and supports me, which is cool, and I like that he believes in the importance of the arts, even though he's not as much of an artsy guy. No matter what we're going through, we try and just like treat each other as kindly as possible and help each other move through difficult times together. I just know that Tyler's the person for me, and he's just home for me. So many people, I'm trying not to cry, but I can't not. So many people who love and support me and have been there for me. As you get older, you realize, like, not that I'm that old. I'm only 25. You just realize how, like, beautiful, good friends and family are, and people who are going to become your family, and how lucky you are to have that. I guess I just feel really excited and very grateful for all of the people I have around me.
Sarah, since the day I've met you, you've been the most honest person I've ever spent time with. What you tell me, what you tell other people, you don't hide who you are. You're deeply genuine. With that genuineness, you show tremendous caring for those around you, for your friends, for your family, and for people you don't even know. You teach me how to be a better version of myself. I'm so grateful that I found you. I love you, Sarah.
Tyler, you're my dream. You said that to me, I believe the first fall that we were dating, or you knew it sooner than I did, but you are everything I've ever wanted, and I'm excited to grow together and get older with you and go on adventures together, and I love you so much.